Good day, doodlers. Welcome to Draw Cartoons. Today we've got the utterly outnumbered Lincoln Loud. Thanks to Unlimited Everything for the suggestion. If you've got something you'd like me to draw, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you watch the whole video today because I've got some great tips for you as always. You're going to need a pencil, paper, an eraser, and a Sharpie to go over your sketch with. Let's go! Let's get started. But first, if you want to learn to draw the fast and easy way, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Let's begin! Okay, so let's start the way we always do. We're going to start with a circle for the head and try and make this circle a little bit wider than it is high, because that's the shape of Lincoln's head. So just bringing that down. Make sure you're using a pencil. Don't want to jump right in with a Sharpie. And then once you've drawn that, cut it down the middle like we always do, and then carry on all the way down to about here. Once you've done that, we can cut that line in half. That's going to be where the torso is separated from the legs. But while we're down here, we're going to draw in the where the feet are going to sit. So I'm not going to draw a straight line across like I usually do. I'm actually drawing a slight diagonal curve on both sides. So try your best to do that, because that's the way he usually kind of stands when he's facing the viewer. So while we're at it, we're going to finish the shape of the body. So starting at the neck, bring it down like this, go along that separator that you drew in, and then make sure those lines meet up, and straight away we've got the shape of his torso there. Now we're going to draw a small bump here for where the legs connect. Nothing too big, just kind of goes there. And while we're down here, may as well draw in the legs. So I'm going to draw it at a slight angle, come in at the hem, but don't quite get to that line there. Stop before you get there, and then bring it back up to here. Now do the same with the other leg, so coming down at a slight angle here, going across for the hem, and then bring it back up to here. There we go. And now we can just kind of draw in the shape of the shoes, so it's just a small curve like that to a point, and it comes back to that guideline that we drew a moment ago. We can just kind of draw a line here to make sure it all connects. And again, the top of this foot, I'm going to curve it towards the end of my guideline, and I'm just going to draw in a heel, just a small heel, so that it all kind of links up. So now we can draw in the shapes of the arms. So I think the easiest way to do this is start right here where the head meets the shoulder. We're going to draw a curve that comes out like this, and we're going to stop right before we get to the side there. Okay, so make sure it goes nice and far out. Maybe not quite as far out as the head, but a little bit in, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do the same with the other side. So I'm not going to go as far out as the head. I'm just going to kind of curve it in before I get there, and I'm going to stop before I get to the hip. So we may as well finish off the arms. We can draw a line down here for the sleeve, and then match that up with the armpit. And we'll do the same on the other side. Draw a line down about here, and then draw in for the armpit. Coming out of that, we've got the rest of the arm, the inner arm I should say. And it's just curvy like this. I like to call these spaghetti arms because they're not correct. No one's arm really bends like that, but because it's a cartoon, you can bend his arm however he likes. So you can just draw it curvy like that, and again leave a bit of space because we're going to draw in the hands right now. So from here, we'll draw a line that comes down a little bit, but then curves right in to his waist like that. So I'll just show you that on the other side again. Come down a little bit, but then curve it in towards the waist. And now for the upper part of each arm. Hand, sorry, I'm going to start on this side. We're actually going to go up this time. We're going to draw a small kind of bump like this that curves in just a little bit. Once you've drawn that, we can just kind of draw a line that goes straight across to his waist. So I'll show you that again on this side. A thumb that just kind of curves up, goes in a tiny bit, and then match it up with the torso. Now that you've drawn that, we can draw in the collar of his shirt. He's wearing like a polo shirt. So right down the middle here, we can draw a rectangle that's much higher than it is wide. Once you've drawn that, just draw a little circle there, a little button. And then either side of this is going to be a sharp triangle that points down like that. And it fills up the remaining space at the very, very top of his shirt. So one more detail on the hands that we've missed. There's actually a weird kind of, almost like a 3 shape on this one, and a backwards 3 on this one. Don't really know why they're there. I think maybe they're just the knuckles of his hand or something like that, but they do appear on the official artwork, so I'm going to draw them in here. So let's finish off his shoes. Alright, I don't want to forget about those. Right along the bottom of the shoe, we'll draw a very narrow line. This is the sole of his shoes. Need to draw those in. If your shoes don't have any soles, they're not going to be very comfortable to walk in. There we go. And then along the top of the shoe, we're going to draw a rectangle. That stops just before you get to the hem of the trousers. And again on this side, another box right at the top of that shoe. And then divide that into 3 smaller rectangles by doing this. One line here and one line there. And the same, of course, on the other side. Now there's 3 red stripes that connect from that, from the Velcro or the laces, I suppose it's supposed to be. On each side, they connect from that to the sole of the shoe. These are red little stripes. Okay, so finally, let's draw the face. So I think a good way to start is, again, we're going to cut it in half right across the middle this time. Right across the middle, so you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 very similarly sized pieces of pie. So once you've drawn that, I think a good place to start is the ears. So the top of his ear links up with that guideline we just drew, and then it curves down a bit, and then comes back into the face like that. Okay, so right where these meet, going to curve it up, bring it down and around, and then meet up with the cheek. We'll draw a small pattern in each one to show where the earlobe is, like that. Just a curve that comes down, a little bump at the bottom for the lobe. And now we're going to start with the nose. With the nose being right in the middle of the face, so once we've got that drawn, we can draw the rest kind of with that in reference, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to draw a bump that goes to one side like this. Not going to go any higher than that middle guideline that I drew, but it's almost like a hill that's slanted this way a bit. Okay, so goes up and then comes down a bit suddenly on this side. So once you've drawn that, we know exactly where to draw the mouth. The mouth is going to go right beneath that. But I'm going to start with a curve, a big smile up here, and then go under the nose, and finish about here. So we get a big kind of goofy smile. And then we'll draw in his very characteristic teeth, his trademark teeth. A little triangle there, just dividing the 2 teeth, and then coming back under the lip. Now at the very top of his head, he's got his hair, and his hair goes a little bit over at the very, very top of his eyes. So we're better off drawing the hair first, and we can draw the eyes under it. So start about here, okay? I'm going to draw a bump that comes in towards the face, but then goes back up. And before you go, don't go all the way to the end of the head again. Instead of that, come back out, and just draw kind of like a bridge right across to the other side of his head. Once we've drawn that, we can draw 2 more lines that swing just over that line that we just drew, like that. And then we can draw a little kind of almost like a little pineapple spiky up bit at the top, his cowlick. Now we might as well draw the rest of the hair while we're here. So I can start here where these lines meet. I can draw one small bump that comes down like this and then goes back up. And then that goes right down to where those lines meet. And guess what? That looks exactly the same on the other side. So we can start here where that ends, come down, come back up, and then bring it down to the very, very top of that ear there. So now that we've got everything else in place, his eyes will be easier than ever to draw. So his eyes obviously are right in the middle of his hair. So if you see his hair as a frame, okay, his eyes are about here. So I'll just show you that real quick. So coming up for the nose, I'm not going to go any further than that middle guideline. That's why our guidelines are very useful to make sure everything stays in proportion. Go up to here, and then don't draw over the hair. You don't need to. Just carry on here, and then bring it back down to meet with the end of the nose there. So the other eye is pretty much the same thing. We're going to come up here. Don't go over that guideline, and then the eye just kind of, if I draw a dotted line here, imagine it going under the hair like that. So get rid of those, I don't really need those. And then come back here and finish under the nose there. So either side of his eyes are small lines here. Oops, I'll redo that one, that was a bit clumsy. There we go, so just a small kind of bendy line either side of the eyes. Then there's some freckles. There's 1, 2, 3 on this cheek, and 1, 2, 3 on this cheek. We're almost there. You can draw the pupils wherever you like. You can draw them like that if you want. If you want them looking to one side, you can have them there as if he's looking up at something like, oh wow, that's a tall building. I'm going to have mine pretty much in the center so it looks like he's looking at the viewer, like that. And if they look a bit wonky, like mine do, all the better, because he's a cartoon at the end of the day, and I think it looks more interesting if you make things look a little bit silly looking. So just some finishing touches. We've got the eyebrows. The eyebrows do appear over his hair. Don't ask me how that works, but that's cartoons for you. Okay, just 2 curves like that over the eyes. And then finally, we've got 2 little unneat strands of hair floating off the side of his head there. So our sketch of Lincoln is actually done at this point, so get your Sharpie out, and you want to go over all the lines you want to keep. Don't go over your guidelines. You don't want this, for example, or that. We're done with those now. They were just there to help guide our sketch. But yeah, get your Sharpie ready. I'm going to go over mine too, and we should end up with our very own awesome drawing of Lincoln Loud. While you're going over your sketch with your Sharpie, it might be a great time to correct any last mistakes you spot as you go and fix them. And there he is, your own drawing of the charismatic Lincoln Loud. Don't forget that you can now share your artwork in my Discord channel. Hit the link in the description below to join and start sharing right away. If you liked the tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Until next time.